What is going on, Lucid fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So what a day for Lucid, especially a nice way to end a week. I do want to talk on some factors that may have caused this rally, go over a lot of the data points as well, very relevant to a lot of Lucid investors, and tie it all together with some technical analysis at the end. But before getting to any of that, you guys know the deal. Smash a thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Greatly appreciate that. If you do like my channel, want to support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom screen. Greatly appreciate that. I also am doing weekly live streams for members only, more of a one-on-one basis, so even more of an incentive to sign up. With that said, let's get right into it. So as you can see straight out the gate, nothing but good things for Lucid. There was a lot of talk about it being a short squeeze. So as you can see, 1734 is a short interest on Lucid. Utilization is 100%, and that is very important to continuously watch for. Short interest though on a day-by-day basis, it did actually increase by 2.89%. So as far as those individuals saying that it was a short squeeze and this is attributed to a short squeeze, unfortunately that doesn't seem to be holding very true. But again, with 100% utilization, that definitely does show that 100% of the available shares to short are currently out. So it is a perfect storm for a squeeze. Just as of right now though, for today, it doesn't look like it was attributed to a short squeeze. And with that though, there is a lot of factors that could have attributed to the overall rally, and one of which is this. So they did recently talk about Europe, and especially about opening up studios starting out in Germany though, because when it comes to Europe, they are a very big fan of EVs. So this is a huge catalyst for Lucid. So this was set for Q1 of 2022, and this was posted via Twitter from Jenny from the block. You can see a studio already getting set up in Munich, Germany. So this is already ahead of the game. A lot of good things when it comes to Lucid as far as growth. And when it comes down to it, this could be a catalyst. And in addition to that, there is a lot of articles that are coming out about Tesla and their record producing numbers and what that ultimately means for Rivian and Lucid. So ultimately, it's just talking about how the demand for EV is going up and up. And there was this posted recently by Kathy talking primarily about used cars, but it does bring up that used cars are going down because there's an increasing preference in electric vehicles. Again, very beneficial for Lucid in the grand scheme of things. So with that though, there is also a huge increasing demand coming from institutions and hedge funds for Lucid stock. So again, live ticker, as you can see on my right, the market is currently closed as of right now, but there was 78 million shares being traded today, whereas the average is 51. Last column is block volume, 5.6 million shares being purchased by institutions just today alone. So it definitely does show that there is a huge demand for Lucid despite the huge increase right now. And so I'm going to talk about something that's a little bit backwards, because we all know that this is coming up. So the PIF lockup expiry, which is January the 19th, 2022. A lot of people are anticipating a little bit of a downtrend. A lot of people are anticipating that PIF is going to sell out. I'm going to talk about something a little bit different and backwards. Like I said, instead of them selling, we obviously know that they are very long-term investors. And so again, just stay with me here because I'm going to go down a rabbit hole a little bit. So I'm going to talk about Europe. When it does come to Europe though, they are a big fan of EV vehicles. And ultimately, who is going to supply Europe with their vehicles? It is going to be the Saudi Arabia facility. So again, it is more of a domino effect. In order for us to open up all of these studios, and can't just say, you know what, buy a vehicle and wait 2 years or 3 years, whenever it might be. No, it's going to be either next year, showing that most likely the Saudi Arabia facility is going to be breaking ground very soon. Again, it is all things piecing together, and most likely when it comes down to it, PIF is aware of that. And when it comes down to institutions and hedge funds physically getting into Lucid, I'm going to, like I said, talk about something backwards. As you can see, based on the share quantity, PIF is number one with 1 billion shares. So ideally, Saudi Arabia facility is going to be funding and supplying delivered vehicles to Europe. Again, tentatively, hopefully by 2023, obviously up in the air as far as date, but why would they be selling out their shares? Again, going back to this, January 19th. If anything, the way I see it, they would be adding, and most likely, especially I have been talking about this all the time, it's been ranging between 2 and 5 billion every single day as far as institutional purchases. So going back to my point again, most likely PIF has actually been adding onto their position. This is obviously a little bit more of a backwards mentality, but it does make perfect sense, and it does make sense as far as the overall increase in price, because there is a lot of things coming to it. But again, let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. below. It is a little bit backwards, but again, like I said, it does piece together and it is very beneficial for the PIF to actually add more versus selling. So again, it is one of those things that could be attributing to that, especially with a huge amount of institutional purchasing. And unfortunately, when it comes to Fintel information, it is typically delayed. And unfortunately, November 15th was the last filing date for PIF. So that is the most up-to-date information that we technically do have. Once we do get more information, it will be very interesting to see. Most likely, again, they did increase their position similar to Franklin Resources, which increased their position by 13,000%. So ideally, at the end of the day, it could be that, or it could be a lot of different things, whether it be a short squeeze or whatever it might be. Also with that, I just want to transition, do a little bit of technical analysis. So I have the 50, 100, and 200-day moving averages, Bollinger Bands, RSI, stochastic, and momentum. So overall, everything you need to know. Stochastic is starting to have a little bit of a deviation again. So having the black line above the red showing a upward trend. Right now, we did have a phenomenal day. We did actually test the 50-day moving average. Unfortunately, not enough to actually get through it and hold above it. But out of everything, we definitely did do fairly well. As of right now, you can see we stayed within the Bollinger Band. That is key. Same as what happened yesterday. Whenever typically 9 times out of 10, when we actually go outside the Bollinger Band, we do bounce back, whether it be down or up, unless there is a huge catalyst that is justifiable for us to stay above. So right now, that is one of the reasons why we did pull back and stay inside the Bollinger Band. But again, nothing wrong with that at the end of the day. Momentum indicator, you can see number of buyers definitely did increase, which is a plus. So overall, on the technical front, it is looking phenomenal. Again, there is a lot of different attributing factors. Let me know in the comments below what you think may have actually caused a huge rally today and what you think about PIF and them actually adding versus potentially selling in the next couple of weeks. With that, if you haven't already, smash a thumbs up and subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. If you do like my channel and support the growth, take a look at my memberships. Again, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom screen. Greatly appreciate that. With that said, let's all have an amazing weekend, especially after today, and let's all make a lot of money on Lucid.